In this video, we're going to look at merit level modeling questions. So what we need to do is, given information, we have to come up with the trig equation ourselves. So we need to know the basic parameters to begin with. So repeating from a previous video, that is our amplitude. The A is amplitude, B is frequency, the number of times it repeats itself in a 360 or 2 pi period. Okay, that is the horizontal shift. And D is mean value or vertical shift. Okay, now it's also helpful to know what your functions look like. Your sine function starts at mean and finishes back at mean. Your cosine function starts at the maximum and finishes back at maximum. We're not going to look at the tan function because there aren't many practical applications for the tan function. The negative sine function also starts at the mean, but it goes the other way. There is a reflection along the x-axis. Your cosine function starts at the minimum and finishes at the minimum. So knowing these original basic functions will help you figure out whether to use sine or cosine, and it will also help you understand the horizontal shift. So now let's look at a question and come up with the equation for it. Okay, so in this question we are given some information and we are going to come up with a trig model for it. So if you read the question, we are told the number of hours of daylight in each day vary from 10 hours to 14 hours. So the information that we've received from that is the maximum is 14 and minimum is 10. So D value, which is the constant that you add on at the end, is the mean, and mean is between maximum and minimum. So we can work out D, it's 10 plus 14 divided by 2, which is 12. Okay, now the period is 365. We are told it varies from through the whole year. So we know that period is 365 days. So our B value, which is the multiplier in the angle, is 2 pi over 365. Okay, now we also need, we also need to figure out if it's sine or cos, and to figure out if there is any horizontal shift. So we are told the longest day of the year occurs 10 days before the beginning of the calendar year. So longest day implying the maximum. So if we roughly sketch our graph, so that's minus 10, and the maximum occurs here. All right, so that's a rough sketch. So this here will be 365 minus 10, which is 355. Okay, now, so this isn't necessarily going through there, that's just my, let me redo this diagram. So that's negative 10 starting at the maximum. Sorry, that is 365, take away 10 because there's a shift of 10 the other way. So that's 355. Now, so this is what our graph looks like. So you can see, because the information given, that we can model this as a cosine function, but there is a translation of 10 to the left. So if it's 10 to the left in our equation, it's going to be plus 10. So remember that. So from this information, we have, oh, and we need to work out the amplitude. We haven't done that yet. So amplitude is the distance between the mean and the max, or the distance between the mean and the minimum. So you can see our max is 14 and mean is 12, so amplitude is 2. So we have a model 2, and we said it's going to be a cosine function. It's a positive cosine function. So our b is 2 pi over 365 and 10 to the left, so it's going to be plus 10 here, and the mean value is 12. So there we are. That is our function.